It's my great pleasure to welcome you here today. This is the 8th annual Danylo Husar Struk Memorial Lecture, which was founded, indeed, the idea came very shortly after Danylo's death in 1999, founded to honor his memory, of course. And Danylo Struk is a man whose memory deserves to be recognized. Danylo Struk, as many of you know, was a very prominent Ukrainian scholar, certainly best known for his work as editor of the English language Encyclopedia of Ukraine, a project which he completed in print, but which continues as an active project at CIUS. But Danylo was, of course, also a scholar, a literary scholar, and a professor of Ukrainian literature and language at this university. We honor not just his memory, but his passionate interest in Ukrainian literature. And so I'm particularly grateful to you because I know this is the audience that is most peculiarly interested in that topic, an audience of select, if not numerous, participants. We have had a rather distinguished list of speakers in this series. I should be careful since I gave last year's talk, so I'm just praising myself. But we've had, over the many years that we've now been doing this series, certainly some of the most prominent names in Ukrainian literary studies. Marko Polishin has delivered the Struk lecture. George Grabovich has delivered the Struk lecture. Oleg Initsky has delivered the Struk lecture, and others. And in that long and distinguished, perhaps not that long, it's not a 40-year tradition yet, but we hope to get there. In that distinguished tradition, we welcome another important scholar of Ukrainian literature today. It's my pleasure to introduce Professor Myroslav Shkandrij of the Faculty of German and Slavic Studies at the University of Manitoba in Winnipeg. Professor Shkandrij is a major figure in North American Ukrainian studies. He's the author of a number of well-known monographs. You have no doubt read many of them, if not all of them. He has written on such topics as Kyiv. He's written on Ukrainian modernism and Marxism. Why don't I tell you some of his titles? That is Modernist Marxists and the Nation, Ukrainian Literary Discussion of the 1920s. Russia and Ukraine, Literature and the Discourse of Empire, from Napoleonic to Post-Colonial Times. Then the collection of Kyiv pamphlets, The Cultural Renaissance in Ukraine, edited by Myroslav. He is also the author and the curator, I guess, of the exhibit and its catalog, The Phenomenon of the Ukrainian Avant-Garde, 1910 to 1935. He was recently here in Toronto giving a talk on a topic that he has recently taken up, David Burlyuk, the artist. And in fact, I understand that Myroslav has another monograph forthcoming on on Jewish topics in Ukrainian literature, if I'm right. Is that?
Jews in Ukrainian culture.
Jews in Ukrainian culture. And so, without further ado, I welcome our speaker who will speak to us today on Dokia Humenna's memoirs.